The ultimate reality. In a world where reality was tearing apart like a silk veil, two siblings, Kyle and Lyra, wandered the deserted streets of a city that seemed to have been devoured by madness. The apocalypse had arrived without warning, bringing with it creatures that defied logic and reason. Kyle, with eyes that seemed to have seen too much, guided Lyra through the fog that enveloped the city. His sister, with hair that seemed to have a life of its own, moved with a haunting grace as if dancing to a music only she could hear. Suddenly, a frigid wind enveloped them, and the streets filled with silhouettes that seemed to be and not be at the same time. Kale took out a pocket watch that seemed to be the only object that maintained sanity in that world. The hands turned counterclockwise, marking the time that was lost in nothingness. "Lyra, we must find the point of convergence," Kale shouted over the wind. "It is the only way to restore reality." Lyra nodded, and together they ran toward a building that seemed to be the epicenter of the madness. They climbed stairs that disintegrated beneath their feet, and upon reaching the roof they found a portal that seemed to lead to another dimension. Kale looked at the clock and the hands stopped. "It's now or never," he said. Lyra took her brother's hand and together they leaped toward the portal. Reality distorted, and when they emerged on the other side, they found a world that seemed to be a reflection of their own sanity. In the center of the city, a large clock ticked away at the time they had lost. Kale and Lyra approached, and when they touched the dial, time began to flow backward. The city began to rebuild itself, and the creatures that inhabited it disappeared. The siblings looked at each other, and for a moment the madness ceased. Reality was restored, and the world became a sane place once more. But as they turned to leave, Lyra vanished into thin air, leaving Kale alone with the pocket watch. The last of the reality faded, and Kale was left wondering, had it all been an illusion? The pocket watch was still ticking, but now the hands were turning in the opposite direction, reminding him that madness was always just around the corner.